Beloved viewers, listeners, may the Almighty God bless you all. Really, I'm bringing this trending news, very interesting news. To most of the people, it's an interesting news. Why? To few, it might be sad news or uninteresting news. But however, I have to bring this news for us to, match our brains, share our ideas, opinions, everybody to contribute on what you think about this. It's all about the fraud allegation against Tinubu, the former governor of Lagos State and the national chairman of All Progressive Congress, APC. So this man, there's allegation against him, fraud allegation against him, So, but before I allow the ball rolling, I want to please beg you to, promote or support my YouTube channel by just hitting on the red subscribe button. It doesn't cost any money, no money at all. Just hit on it to support my YouTube channel, and the bell sign, still hit it so that whenever I make a new video, you'll be amongst the first people to receive the notification. So thank you for doing this. Thank you in anticipation. Okay, what am I trying to talk about? So that's the fraud allegation against Tinubu. Like I rightly introduced him, he's one of the bourgeois in Nigeria. One of the great men in Nigeria. So he's the owner of Alpa Beta. It's a consultancy company. So this Alpa Beta is a consultancy company owned by Bola Tinubu, the former governor of Lagos State and the national leader of All Progressive Congress, APC. So this company, as I'm talking to you now, is at the center of a 100 billion naira fraud, tax evasion, and the money laundering petition. Not even written by an outsider or an opposition or somebody from PDP or one of his enemies or a foreigner. No. But this petition was written to the EFCC against this company owned by Tinubu, Bola Tinubu. I'm talking about whom that wrote this petition. His managing director, that is the company's, the Alpa Beta managing director. That's the chief executive officer, Mr. Dapo Apara. He's the one who wrote this petition against Tinubu and his consultancy company. Let's see what he wrote. So they said Alpa Beta, a consultancy owned by Bola Tinubu, former governor of Lagos State and the national leader of All Progressive Congress, APC, is at the center of a 100 billion fraud, tax evasion, and money laundering petition, written by Mr. Dapo Apara, its managing director, stroke chief executive officer. Yeah, that's the person that's petitioned against the vices, ugly and criminal activities allegedly going on, or that has been going on in that consultancy called Alpa Beta. Okay, according to Apara's petition to the Economic and the Financial Crime Commission (EFCC), Alpha Beta has become an avenue for official corruption of government officials. He said it has been an avenue for official corruption of government officials. It is official avenue because nobody has to say, because they know the man that owns the company. Who are you to investigate what they do? Who are you to investigate or to probe their activities? So that's why whatever they do there, they see it to be official, because it's through the Godfather's consultancy. Nobody has to say. That's why I now begin to ask, are we practicing democracy in Nigeria? Because I know that democracy has what we call the rule of law. And this rule of law, there is a principle of rule of law. The principle of rule of law is all about the supremacy of law. The supremacy of law over everybody. The Constitution is above every other persons. Nobody is above the law. That's the supremacy of law. And that's the principle of rule of law in every democratic government. So, why should some people be above the law in a democratic government? That's the question. So I need your contributions, your opinion. Drop it on the box below there. So drop your message, your contribution down there. So tell us what you think about this. Whether we are really practicing democracy, whether our democracy is ideal or in practice or in theory only. So, okay. He says Alpha Beta has become an avenue for official corruption of government officials. A conduit pipe, just get it now, a conduit pipe for massive money laundering scheme. That is, what is a conduit pipe? That is a very free transportation means. So it's just a very smooth way of the government officials to carry our money out of this country to other countries. That's what the guy is saying. He said even tax evasion, which is a criminal offense, and among other vices. He didn't mention all of them. Maybe in course of time, he's going to say other vices that goes on there. Okay, let's see. So in the petition sent on his behalf by Adetunji Adegboyega ESG, that is his solicitor. Okay. Apara said, over the years, the company is being protected and shaded by some powerful politicians and people in the society, which made them to always boast of being untouchable. But our clients, feeling the need not to keep quiet again, and strengthened by the belief in the fact that the government of President Muhammadu Buhari is keen on fighting corruption, which has been the bane of our country, is of the firm belief that it is time to expose and open the can of worms called Alphabet Consulting. Okay, the canker one of this Alpha Beta Consulting, they said the trend, these activities has been going on over the years, but nobody wants to talk because the politicians are the people making use of this consultancy, this company owned by Tinubu. So they see it as nobody can talk to them. They are being covered by the bigwigs of the country. So, but the clients now have really looked at it and said, okay, now we have Mr. Integrity. Somebody we know that he fights corruption. That's Mr. Muhammadu Buhari, the president. It is time for us to shout and expose these ugly, transactions and illegality in this Alpa Beta. So they said they have that confidence that Buhari must surely not take it for granted, since Buhari is keen on fighting corruption. So that's what they said, and that is why they are exposing this the company now. So I know and believe that I pray and hope that they will not be disappointed, So because Tinubu is the national chairman, is the national leader of All Progressive Congress. Is the national leader, yeah. So, and once governor of Lagos State, and who is even anticipating to be the Nigerian president comes 2023. Yeah, that's the truth. So let's watch out what is going to happen. Okay, our clients is of the firm belief that it is time for the commission to step in and conduct a holistic investigation into the activities of Alpa Beta. So the lawyer is saying that, so Consulting Limited and Alpa Beta LLP, with a view to uncovering the massive corruption, money laundering, tax evasion, etc. going on in the company. Kindly note that one of the companies being used to perpetrate money laundering by the company is still another company named Ocean Trust Limited. Okay, so these are the other companies that laundering money through Tinubu's consultancy. So, okay, since they have pleaded with the EFCC, from what we are seeing now, it's not only Alpa Beta. There are other smaller companies that walk through the holding. Maybe those ones are the Tinubu's company is the holding company, and these other ones are the subsidiaries. So this Ocean Trust Limited is one of the laundering mediums. So look at what the petitioner says. They said the only hope of clients and indeed the teeming Nigerians who are victims of the crime being perpetrated by the companies in seeking justice is the commission. Which commission? EFCC. Okay, let's watch what EFCC is gonna do this time around. Okay, they said that which we strongly believe in, and therefore call on the commission to cause a holistic investigation into this case and all involved, with the aim of bringing these criminals to justice and not allow their claim of being untouchable to be validated. Let's see if EFCC is going to do that or not. We are here watching. Okay, let's continue. Kindly note, say, that as our client is willing, the lawyer is still writing, is saying to the praying to the EFCC. Okay, kindly note, say, that as our client is willing and able to provide information to substantiate the claims, though we will plead for this to be done through us, as he is presently fearing for his life, having been receiving death threats from a lot of quarters because of this case. That might be true, because all these big fishes will not, want to allow him be alive to come and stand before the court and testify against them. So he has to secure his life and pass through all these lawyers. So if actually EFCC is going to do anything, so if this is not going to be, I don't know how technology work this time, but they're confounding where, let's see what is going to happen. So like I rightly said, this thing did not just start, did not even just start yesterday. So look at what it said. It said, Alpha Beta first became known when it was appointed as a consultant to the Lagos state government. Arguably, his first client, that's the first client, okay, under the tenure of Babatunde Fola as the chief executive chairman of the Lagos State Board of Internal Revenue from 2005 to 2014. Wow. So the company got the appointment when Bola Tinubu was governor of Lagos State. Okay, that's the thing. Integrity people. Okay, so the speculation, which has yet to be dissipated since then, is that Tinubu completely owns or is a major shareholder in the company. In the same vein, the state has also never denied claims that the company takes about 10% of internally generated revenue of Lagos. Wow, that's a rich company indeed. Estimated in 2016 to about 40 billion every month. A company that is taking 40 billion of every month from a state is a rich company. That's why he has his bullion van, as we are seeing there, moving around. And he said, I was watching him after the election during the election, after, voting. He was interviewed. He said, well, I don't work for the federal government. I don't have any contract with them. So that's my money. If I carry my money to share whosoever I want to share it with, it doesn't concern anybody. So that his speech alone shows that really theoretically a lot of people are, above the law in as much as Nigeria is concerned. So before I draw the curtain, I have something they call the lamentation here. So someone wrote this. He said, this lamentation, he said, has the biblical lamentation for Jonathan found another victim? Yes. They lamented against Jonathan during his time, that there were a lot of corrupt people. I'm not saying that there were not. So they equally said Jonathan himself was corrupted. That's what they said. Okay. So they were lamenting those days. So the writer now is saying that means there is another, they have found another, victim of that lamentation for Jonathan. Look at what he wrote here. How are the Almighty fallen in the midst of the battle? O Jonathan, thou was slain in thy high places. Take it again. How are the mighty fallen in the midst of the battle? O Jonathan, thou was slain in thy high places. 2 Samuel chapter 1 verse 25, King James Version. You see, so it's talking about, how Jonathan was removed, So this passage was just clearly for Goodluck Jonathan, in fact, whose name was mentioned in the biblical circumstances. Yeah, that was exactly what the writer is saying here. And that perfectly explained his 2015 defeat. But has the passage found a new occupant now? That's the question. This passage for Jonathan, has it found a new occupant? Yes. And that's my question. I'm asking, has it? Answer me yes or no. Drop your comments, your suggestion, your opinion, whatever you want to say about this on the commentary box below. Please, my people, let us know what we're EFCC. We want to know what they're going to do now, whether it will stop at honor him. So okay. I have somebody who said, what did he say here? When it was Jonathan and corruption, there was noise. When it was Dasuki and corruption, there was noise. When it was Saraki and corruption, there was noise. When it was Ibori and corruption, there was noise. Now it is Tinubu and corruption. Will there still be noise? That's the question. Okay, the same standard should be used for all. But if we don't, we lose our very integrity, if we had any. So if we claim we have integrity, let the same measure that was used for these other people, still be measure for Tinubu, Bola Tinubu. Let EFCC let them not sweep this under the carpet. That's exactly what we are saying, because this is a democratic government. Nobody should be above the law. So my people, the issue is that the petitioner is not an outsider, it's not a PDP person, but rightly the executive director of this particular organization. So we are saying, let this Tinubu case not be like the one of Adasun. Adasun. So what I'm saying is that let this case of Tinubu not be the one of Adesun. Adesun. So this is somebody that he was seen red-handed with the money exchange for bribery for a contract, and Mr. President says, I don't know how technology works this time around. It's like the doctor did. That's maybe what he was thinking. That was an interview during the town hall meeting, one of the town hall meetings during his campaign. So that was when he gave such a response. And I was so surprised, no investigation to actually know whether he did that or not. So what about the one of Brutai and so on? Please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. See you in my next